Hey everybody, thanks for joining us for another update about Echoes of Elysium. My name is Ilya Nazarov, I'm the art director here at Lord Games, and I can't wait to tell you about all the awesome art that we've been making. For the world of Echoes of Elysium, we really wanted to channel Greece and mix the nautical themes with the sky themes. And we really wanted to do something unique with the floating islands. So we have these magical waves that are radiating out from the islands. And at night, Greek constellations actually line the sky. We just wanted to put a lot of really cool themes from Greece into the sky world to give it its unique identity. Initially, I had done some concepts that just explored the general themes of the game. So there was this image that I'd done that was a floating island with a piece of beach around it, with this like sea arch kind of rock, and the sky gradient is actually flipped. It's darker at the bottom instead of being darker at the top, not how the normal sky works. When I did that drawing, that was for me when it started clicking, and I was like, okay, we're onto something, let's explore more of that. It can be kind of tricky to make an open world game because you don't always know the order in which people will discover things. One of the things that we did was work on a way that the game world can be procedurally generated, but we still have some creative control over what pieces are being combined together and how. When it comes to creating landmarks, we can also put a little bit more craft into them, and like we made these shipwrecks that tell you a certain story, then there's ruins that tell you other stories, and then design team is adding notes and different things into the world and populating it with stuff that you find. So a lot of the story that the player gets in the game is subtle. It's told through the environment, and it's really for the player to piece it together. So the characters of Echoes of Elysium, they are survivors in a world filled with technology. So it's subtle, but you may notice that some of them have a pocket wrench strapped to their waist. That's because they're constantly able to unscrew and equip different parts of metal and things to make their ships. But they also make those parts to make their outfits. So as players craft better outfits, we have a chainmail, for example, that is made out of big cogs. Then we have different pieces on pauldrons, etc., that really look like they're found objects that we hammered together. We've identified early on that there are going to be three main types of players: the warriors, the pilots, and the craftsmen. But really, the thing that we're really focusing is the armors that those characters will wear, because that's the armors that the players will craft. So making airships for Echoes of Elysium has probably been one of the most satisfying things that I have done in my career. We knew we wanted some ships in our game, and I kept drawing them, and eventually I drew this idea where the ships were all broken up into small pieces, and you can combine those however you wanted to create your own ship. And the unique thing here is that it's not just visual. The pieces matter. The materials you make them from, the kind of workbenches you put on them, the kind of thrusters and sails and ship noses you put, they're all affecting the stats of what you can do, what you can harvest, the kind of battles you can withstand, where you can travel. So it's almost like you're crafting your regular base, but it's in the air and it's a vehicle, and you live inside it, and things move, they can break, they rattle, they set on fire, and that was so much fun. Proposing that system and then working closely with one of our artists to create a quick prototype. But then when we showed it off to the whole team, the team absolutely loved it. And it had such a huge impact on the game. I mean, before the ship thing, we were really focusing on more of a survival journey on the floating islands. But after that ship pitch, slowly we turned the game to kind of rally all around it. And it really became about the ships that you craft and the journey on the ship. sometimes you pitch an idea and it just really resonates with everyone on the team, and that was one of those cases. So the main antagonist of our game is this inventor from Greek mythology. His name is Heron. Spoiler alert. He kind of goes a little deranged and starts making all of these basically walking automatrons. They're actually operating using harvested souls. So there are these automatrons, but in the center of them, I designed these big canisters that have this red flame glow around them. And when you kill them, the canister breaks and you can actually see the freed soul escape. So the Heron army also builds ships, and they use these ships to attack and wage war on the world of Elysium. In general, the goal with the Heron ships was to make them look a little animalistic. They're almost like Heron's constructions of their own. Their noses lean again into what the Greeks did. So the Greeks actually thought that in order to make their ships more successful for combat, they thought of them as creatures. They thought their ships were like leviathans. They would put eyes on them, and when they made their ships look and feel like monsters, they felt like their navy was going to be more successful. And so we channel that both in player ships and Heron ships. Yeah, so art directing at Lorik has been a lot of fun, and it's been really different from the things that I've done before. I've been blessed to work on a lot of really big and famous games. The cool and exciting and challenging thing about working on a game like Echoes of Elysium, and art directing it, is my art team here is, roughly half as big as just the concept art team that I used to lead at Bethesda. And we have way less time to make this game. Something that I think a lot of people are thinking about is how do you make good games with a lot fewer people? On a game like Starfield, there's over 100 artists, sometimes much more than that. On a game like this, there may be 4 or 5. And the game has to be done in half the time. So yeah, what do you do and how do you make it? I think that's been kind of the most exciting thing. I couldn't be more proud of how far we've come. It's shocking how a team with so few artists, and hats off to everyone on the art team, Alexander, Sam, Roger, they're crushing it, and they're making this game look, well, the way that you see in screenshots and in trailers. And behind the scenes, I think folks would be surprised with how scrappy and smart you have to be to pull it off. The goats. There's goats. You can, it's Greece, right? So you can kill goats to harvest resources from them, but I really want to see pet goats. Okay, no promises. I'm just saying what I want. And so the whole team has a lot of opinions on goats. I am really excited about one day, post early access, maybe the community can help me out on this, making more stuff in the ship that takes advantage of goats. So it's like treadmills for goats to generate power. Like I have a corgi at home, and I would love to have like some kind of funny harness for the goats when you're on the ships that they just kind of dangle from with their feet just like wobbling down there. I don't know. I love goats. The whole team loves goats. We want to add more goat stuff. Support us, wishlist us on Steam, buy our games so we can add more goat stuff post early access.